Hey, everybody. I do not have a good evening. Come on. So I gotta think of something that I'm gonna do for Thursdays. On in the morning, girl. We lit in the morning. In the morning,
Really?
we got a theme song and everything. But
I
at the
don't
night
have a theme song.
huh?
I said I don't have a theme song yet. I need to get on your level.
Oh yeah, my brother made my theme song. We rocking in the morning.
I love it.
We are rocking in the morning. So welcome, everybody. I need y'all to take this link. I need y'all to share it out. I need y'all to tell everybody we are here. If you have been worrying, if you have been wondering about pre-sales, do they work and what can you benefit? Well, how can you benefit from it? We got Miss Jasmine of Black Sunflower. First of all, of Black Sunflower, not candles, because she said she didn't want it to be candles, but she all about her business right now, and so she's teaching people, candle makers, anybody who has a business, she's teaching them how to actually run their business and do it and really benefit and make money off of that. So what she's going to do today is she's talking about pre-sales, and she has a class on this, and she says she's going to be dropping gems for y'all. So I hope y'all have y'all pen, your pad, and ready to go, because if you missed it, then you're going to have to pay for the class, because that's just how we roll, right? So
Right.
welcome, Jazz. How you doing, girl?
Oh, you're amazing. So glad to be here. It's been a while since I've been live with you. It's been a
Yes.
while. A few months.
We gotta make it happen more often. That's because
We
you got
really do.
busy.
You know, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Yes, I've been busy, but I have stepped back. I've been enjoying life. That's what I've been doing.
And
And
what
I
have
love
you
it.
been doing enjoying life? I know you're taking care of your son.
Yeah, taking care of my son, slowing down, cleaning out my house because 3 years of Black Sunflower accumulating in my space. And then
Yeah.
when I closed my shop, I had storage and I had listen,
You
it
have
was
to bring it all back home.
yeah, I had to just revamp my life, just mentally and physically, my space. And so that's where I've been at, and I've been loving it. And I think before we even get started, the little gem I like to tell everyone: don't let your business take over your life. Don't do it. Don't do it. You stay in control of your business, or your business will take control of you. Period. Yes.
Period.
Period.
So let's check and see who's in the room before we even get started, because we already jumped right on in as if we're not even acknowledging anybody. So let's check and see who's in the building. We have Sandra's in the building. She said good evening, everyone. I was about to say good morning. Michelle's in the building. She said good evening, Sandra. Good evening, everyone. Cousin, the best moderator on what?
Yay.
Earth. The best moderator on Earth's in the building. Lakeisha Keisha says good evening. Jazz Essence is in the building. I remember the name, but I forgot it.
She put it down.
It's Jazz though. Jaslene. It's something like that. It's something like that. I do know who it is. Yolanda's in the building. We got Yolanda. Jastina. There she goes. We got Yolanda in the building. Jastina. She said I had to clean my space too. Great advice. And we got Chantel in the building. Welcome, everybody. So you guys are in for a treat. I hope that you have your pad, your pen, you ready to take these notes. Your pad, your pen, yes. Your pad, your pen, and you ready to take these notes, because I've never really done pre-sales, and so I'm going to be taking notes myself. And tell us all about pre-sales.
Okay, so before I tell about pre-sales, let me introduce who I am, because I'm going to say everything, right? My name is Jazz. I'm owner and founder of Black Sunflower. Started off as a candle company, but is now so much more. It's a funny joke. I actually maybe burned 10 candles in my life before I started Black Sunflower. Hilarious. And I'm just a businesswoman who saw an opportunity and ran with it. And so I took everything I've known about business, threw it into Black Sunflower. But here's the thing. When I started Black Sunflower, I didn't really have the money to start a business, as a lot of us don't. And we're spending all this time waiting for funding, waiting for a loan, trying to get credit cards, putting ourselves in more debt to start a business, not trying to be rude, that we don't even have customers for yet. It makes no sense to me. And it's not, I'm not saying that because I'm better than anyone. I made these same mistakes, and I've had to position and repivot. When I was a fitness nutritionist and weight loss specialist, I always have a hard time saying that. I remember I spent months putting together a program, hours putting together a program that I was so excited about. I put so much love into this program for nobody to buy it. Nobody. And that was one of the moments where I was like, okay, there has to be a better way. Next time I launch something, I'm going to make sure I've generated that buzz, make sure I have a following, and make sure I have people who actually want the product, and not just say, because as entrepreneurs, people always tell us, We want it. We want it. Can you make this? Can you make that? We're like, yeah, you make it, and then nobody buys it. Oh, by show of hands, who's had that before? If you're in here, you're at fairs, and people say, why don't you make it this candle? How about you make it that candle? Have you thought about making soaps? Have you thought about doing this? And you do it, and then nobody purchases it. Because I know I'm not the only one. Has it happened to you, Nikki? Mm-hmm.
All the time, all the time. Can you make this in lavender? Can you make this and can you make it scented? Can you do this? All the time. And then you're left with it, and then what you do with it.
Exactly, exactly. So pre-sales helps prevent all of that. It makes things so much easier. It lets you know how much money you're going to spend, how much output, and how much time you need, how much of your resources do you need to dedicate to said project. So that's what I love about pre-sales. So that's how I started Blk Sunflower. I maybe had $500 in my bank account when I started. I had some candles that I made that I was kind of I was selling, but I'll be honest, they weren't the best candles in the world. I was just starting out. I didn't know much of what I was doing. But I knew I wanted to make better products. I knew I wanted to make better candles. So I said, you know what? I am going to start with pre-sales. And so that's why I'm here today. I had to go back to my roots because one of the things that with Blk Sunflower, it got so big so quick. And this is something I've been admitting to people. All of us as business owners always dream of having that shelf full of inventory that we can just pull stuff off of. And we have tons of stuff available. And it just looks good, the photo optics of it. And to be able to say, I have a warehouse full of inventory. It sounds great, right? That's money sitting on the shelves, especially in this economy. The last thing you want to do is have your money, your assets tied up in supplies and inventory. And in order for you to get that money back, you have to sell it. That's stressful. I mean, that's stressful to you, Nikki. It's stressful to me. Even though I knew the stuff was still going to move, it was still stressful knowing that I have to now work to make my money back from all of this product that I have created. Mm-hmm. And so pre-sales helps eliminate the idea of, I wonder what's going to happen. It helps eliminate, do I have enough money? How much do I need to spend? Because you were going to create this. So, Nikki, anything else you want to drop in before I get started? Because I'm going to dive all the way into this.
No, honey, you just go ahead and take it. Take all the floor. If anybody has any questions, please feel free to ask while you're in the chat. I will start them, and then after she's done with her presentation, well, after she's done speaking, I will ask those questions in the end. So feel free to ask them while she's going, so you don't forget, or write them down. But you definitely want to make sure you do that while she's here, because again, if you don't get it while she's here, then you're going to have to take the class, and you should be taking the class anyway, because I'm pretty sure there's a lot of goodies in here that you're able to, get that you're not going to be able to get here. She's still going to give you some information, but she's going to hold back a little bit.
Just a little bit. But it's not just even the information that I'm not holding back a lot of information. It is you already love Bubble Babes University. One thing about getting any of my courses, you're automatically thrown into the collective, which is a bunch of other entrepreneurs. And unlike most ebooks or courses, you get a PDF, you read the PDF, and that's it. No, it's an interactive course where you're working with other people, you're answering questions, you're celebrating each other. And I'm adding on to it all the time. So actually what I'm reading my notes off of right now is honestly probably 4 versions ago, because I've added different things. When you have questions, when people have questions within the collective, if somebody keeps asking the same question, okay, Jasmine, obviously in this chapter, you need to update this chapter to include the questions that these people are asking. So that's one of the things. Taking your class, is this live the same as the class? The class more detailed? The class is more detailed, Siobhan. The class will be more detailed, but one nice thing about being here is it's more tips and tricks that I'm adding to it. So it's more like, I'm telling you how it goes instead of you just reading it. So I definitely would stick around, Siobhan, because you might get a little bit more things in here. You're in the pre-sales class and working at your own piece. A lot of people are in here already. I think, who is it? Who else was in here?
You might have Keisha, Jones.
Yeah, Lakeisha's in there too. There's a lot of you guys that are in here. It's a great course. I love the course. So let's get into it.
I'm about to give you the floor, girl. So you're about to have.
All right. First of all, the benefits of pre-sales, we're talking about validating demand. So not wasting your time, not wasting your money, not wasting your resources when you're trying to gauge who is actually interested in your products. And once you found out who was actually interested in your products, you've hit the jackpot. You found a way to actually reel people in, and now you know who to talk to and you know how to talk to them. You create the anticipation and the buzz. Here's the misconception: pre-sales are not just for brand new products or services. Pre-sales are for existing products as well. So anybody who follows Black Sunflower, the candle side of it, I have reverted to just doing pre-sales because I say, let me lead by example. If I'm out here telling people to do pre-sales in order to build their businesses, this is something I feel that I would have stuck to in the beginning. Earlier, I mentioned I decided I wanted to have a bunch of inventory on my shelf. Ego thing, we all want it. I'm just going to admit it. But after that, I realized I'm trying to keep up with the demand of the customer, when in turn, I should have been letting the customer demand keep up with me. So with that being said, I should have just created enough product for the demand. And if I ran out, people would still want it. That's showing that there's an increased demand. So instead of breaking my back trying to create all these products, I let the customer, I will create what is necessary and then allow the customers to fall in line. You build a tribe of loyal fans. One great thing about pre-orders is kind of like being in the know, the it club, so that these are the people who are going to be your main promoters. These are the people who are going to share with their friends. The word of mouth, it's the biggest. So anytime people can come in and being like the first or find out, I mean, how amazing do you feel when you find a new product that just everyone needs to know, like, oh my gosh, I found this new perfume, and being that first person to be able to share it with your friends, like, yeah, no, I put you onto that. You're able to build that loyal tribe, that loyal fan base. And quite honestly, more than anything, you get to perfect your game. Because believe it or not, a lot of people who pre-order products seem to be, I would say, a bit more generous isn't the word I'm looking for. I'm looking for, they give more grace. They give more grace. If they're pre-ordering a product, they already know they're not getting the product right away. These are usually very patient people, and they understand the nuances of being an entrepreneur, getting stuff ready. And the main thing about pre-orders is you want to communicate. People obviously want to know what's going on, but being able to perfect your game. Let's say you are creating a new candle, and somewhere along the line, you realize that this candle was not, it was tunneling. As much as you tested it, the candle still tunneled. Something happened. Maybe you got a bad batch of wicks, something like that. And these pre-order people have gotten these candles. Now, let's say you only had a limited number of pre-orders and you sent out 10 of them. So it's a lot more easy to accept that you had 10 bad candles that went out instead of just blanketing, selling all these candles and then realizing something is wrong with them. So by getting these orders out in pre-orders and sometimes limiting the number of pre-orders you have, you give yourself the opportunity to fix any mistakes. So instead of automatically just putting something out there to the consumer and the world and hoping that everything's going to go well, it gives you an opportunity to perfect your game. You get to fine tune your delivery, your packaging, your admin, how you handle problems. Because I'll be honest with you, does every pre-sale go as planned? It does not. There are delays on shipments. There are delays on products. There might be a day that you wake up and you don't feel like doing anything. So that also will delay you getting your product out there. But the main thing is communication. The other thing, develop brand loyalty. So you get to win hearts. You get to create your brand loyalty. You create special experiences for these people. So a lot of times when you do pre-orders, we're going to talk about different ways to put them in a little bit later. But one of them is creating a VIP experience for people who pre-order your products, because they are waiting a little bit to receive your product. So that means they're into what you have to offer. And the biggest one, minimize your financial risk. I'm going to say that again. Minimize your financial risk. Stop spending all this money on product that you don't even know you're going to sell. You don't know. No more. By doing pre-orders, you don't have excess inventory. You don't have losses of inventory. You're not spending all of this money buying all this product. Let's say there's a particular scent, right? And I've had this happen to me where so many people, or I swore that this will be a scent that everyone loves. I loved it. Everyone's going to love it. It's going to sell like crazy. It's a great name, and nothing happens with it at all. I have a perfect example. I have a candle called Cutie Pie. It was an apple pie scented candle, which did pretty well when I was out in public, but online where I got the majority of my sales, it barely moved, you guys. People barely even touched it online at all. And I made so many of these Cutie Pie candles. I will tell you this. I still have cutie pie candles to this day. I have cutie pie candles. I don't even know how many of them I made. I made a lot because it was at the time I was shelling out 250-ish candles a day. Yeah. And I had still to this day have cutie pie candles left over. That's money wasted. I throw them in my mystery boxes here and there. Or I'll throw an extra one in a package with somebody, but I can't get rid of it. Nikki said, but that honey though, if you guys have not experienced honey, and here's the thing, even a popular product like honey, which I honestly can't even keep in stock, I still do pre-orders for that. Why? Because I want to minimize my financial risk. I know people are still going to purchase it, but I'm only purchasing what people are actually going to buy. I'm purchasing inventory and supplies for what people are actually going to buy. You had to find that out. I don't need to create hundreds of candles. You do not. You do not need to create hundreds because in all actuality, it doesn't take you that long to make them. And you would rather use those resources towards a candle or a scent or a product that people are going to actually purchase rather than the one that you think people are going to love. What if the fragrant oil sells out before? That's a really good question. So when I do pre-orders, a lot of the times what I will do is a lot of times it's fragrances that may already have in stock, or I'll just purchase just enough for a few of them. When I was making excess, I would worry about it more, but you can almost always get maybe an 8-ounce or a 16-ounce. You can knock out a few candles with that. And yes, if there is a delay on the fragrance oil sells out, the delivery date will change. You can give people the option. Here's the thing. A lot of times people see situations like this as downfalls. I see this as an opportunity for you to win customers over. If you can win customers over and say, hey, you know what? Things happen. The scent that we use for this candle is currently out of stock. Here are a few options. I can give you another candle of the same, you can pick another candle out. I'd be happy to refund you. That's another option. And people just want options. And a lot of times people are going to wait. 9 times out of 10, they've already spent their money. They're committed to supporting you. They're going to wait. You just have to communicate with them. And when you get that communication down, if somebody doesn't want to wait, that's fine. Thank them. If you want to, you can also offer them. This is what I do a lot of times whenever I have an issue on a pre-order. I will offer them 15% off their next purchase, something like that. Or instead of giving them 15% off the next purchase, if I have I wouldn't even call it a test candle, but an extra candle hanging around that I want to sell. Maybe it's a bad label. Like, you know what? I have a really awesome candle. It's one of my imperfectly perfect candles. The label is just a little crooked. I'm going to throw that one in there for you too. It smells amazing, just as an add-on. And a lot of times people aren't looking for anything additional, but when you offer it to them, you become the God in their eyes. I don't know what to do with candles that haven't been purchased. I had to fall back for 8 months. Siobhan, I see that. I actually do live candle sales. I put them in mystery boxes. We'll talk. Nikki, can you star that? I want to come back to this at the end and actually share what I do with all of my excess candles and how I've been able to at least get my money back from that. I'm going to speed up a little bit. So we talked about the benefits of pre-sales. Next, you need to define your product. So you need to make sure that the product you're selling is something that people actually want. Oh, thank you. Yes, thank you. When you are defining your product, there's a couple of questions here, and I'm actually going to give Nikki this page to give to you guys so that you can go over these questions. These questions help you really narrow down if the product that you're offering is something that not only the consumers want, but have you defined your target audience to give that to them? Anybody that's in the course right now, I think it's on this chapter that I updated a target audience section. So it's step by step. It tells you not only how to find your target audience, it tells you how to create a buyer persona, because a lot of people are having a lot of trouble with that. So one of the questions, the first one is, what specific problem does your product solve for your target audience? If you're creating any sort of product, you need to be solving a problem. Don't just create a product because it sounds good. Create a product because you're trying to fix something. Maybe a lot of us who make candles, you are yes, a lot of candles, we want to focus on self-care. We're helping alleviate anxiety and stress. Those are the things that we're working on. The second question is, how does your product differentiate itself from existing solutions in the market? We all know there's tons of people out here selling candles, but one thing I would say about candles and selling them, as long as it smells good, it's mostly going to sell. When it comes down to it with candles, you need to have it smell good. It needs to be reasonably priced, and it has to have a good aesthetic. And then the final aspect of that is you. People are going to originally buy it because of the first three, but they're going to keep buying that product because of you. So how do you differentiate yourself? As for creating a product that actually stands out in the market, what is going to be the thing that people signify with you and your brand? Mine was the candle marbling. Everyone, when they came up, and that's the thing that people purchase the most, my strawberries and whipped cream marble candle. And to be honest, it wasn't even my favorite smelling candle. I think it's the most basic selling candle that I have, but it was able to stand out. It was able to set me apart. I don't make a lot of them anymore, because if anybody's taking my candle making masterclass and seeing the marbling, it is time consuming. So I don't make a lot of them. All it is to grasp people's attention.
But
Let's
that
see.
candle that you made, that's the one that's how I found out who you were, because of the way that the picture was positioned and the whole background and everything. I was just like, I had to go down the rabbit hole, and I was like, I need to see what you're all about. I didn't know we were gonna be friends, but
Yes.
but I did go down the rabbit hole, and it was that candle that caught my attention.
Yep.
That, and then bougie, was it
Bougie
bougie?
hot chocolate.
Yes.
And I had basic beep. She's back right now. Yeah, she is. That fall session, that whole fall collection of my candles really help set things apart. And then there's a particular picture. If you scroll, actually, it's not on this one. There's a picture that I have 3 different candles. I think it's Fireside Vibes, Bougie Hot Chocolate, and I think it was Basic. But I had the decorations at the top of the candles in the picture. And that's another one that also made me stand out. Now, I stopped putting the stuff on the top of the candles a long time ago, but I learned my lesson. But yes, the marbling is what sets you apart. And there's so many other things. Jamie from Defiant Candle Co., she just posted, it was so cute, a Halloween candle, and she made a purple bat in the side that was a different color. So she used the wax melt, and she put it right on the top. And so as the candle burned, the purple bat melted and the color melted into the pool. I was like, that is so creative. I love it. And listen, like, that's going to help set her apart. That's going to help her stand out. You see that one? Yeah, I reposted it on my story. It was so awesome. I love what she did. But she's been in the academy, she's been in the collective, and we've been just talking about what are you going to do to make yourself stand out. Basic. What do you think it smells like? Let me know. What do you think that really smells like? I want to hear. I'm pretty sure you can figure it out. After you have decided what your product is, what problem you're solving, yes. Nikki, you're on private message right now. I don't think they can see you in the chat, but yes, pumpkin spice latte. It is. Yes, that is her right there. Pumpkin spice latte. After you have created your product, you found out what problem you're solving, you need to commit to success. So there's a chapter in here that's talking about committing to success. And you have to not only commit to success, there's a chapter in here that's actually missing from my notes that I want to bring to you guys, is understanding the hard truth. We are bombarded with stuff on social media saying that, one, if you're working a 9-to-5 and you are not just a full-time entrepreneur, you're not important, right? I don't believe in that. I believe 9-to-5s are very important to helping you establish a healthy business, because it allows you the opportunity to live within your business and not depend on your business and be desperate and work in desperation within your business. That's the last thing you want to do. But with social media, it's also going to have you thinking, for a pre-sale, you need to sell 100 items. That's not the case. I've had pre-sales that I've launched that I've sold nothing. So even with Black Sunflower, I've had pre-sales where I've made 10K plus. There's going to be in between. But the thing about a pre-sale campaign is that you keep utilizing the same process over and over again, and your business will continue to grow. Why is it growing? Because you're not utilizing unnecessary resources. You're creating the buzz around your product. Each time you launch this pre-sale campaign on your products, you're generating a new buzz. You're bringing in new customers. You're creating a new fan base. So when you go into a pre-sale campaign, I want you to be realistic with yourself. I tell people to set a goal. Let's say for it's your first pre-sale, you want to pre-sale 10 candles. Sometimes people are like, well, I want to sell more than that. I get it. Yes, of course we want to sell more than that. But let's set realistic expectations for myself from the beginning. You want to sell 10. I will be ecstatic if I sold 50. I will be head over heels if I sold 50. And if you sold 50 when you expected to sell 10, what does this mean? This means that this product is a winner. You're solving a problem and you're creating a buzz. This is something that people want. So now you can probably spend more money to create some sort of inventory for this product. So before you go out and spend all that money, you now know this is a product that people want to purchase. So yes, I make people inside the collective commit to success. I need people to pick a date. I usually say 30 to 60 days out. 30 to 60 days out is when you want to start your pre-sale from when you're putting together the campaign, because there's a lot of little pieces. So the first one, making your product. So I'm going to break it down. I usually say if you're going to do a pre-sale, start with anywhere from 10 to 20 units. It kind of just depends on how your marketing campaign is going to go. So for yourself, you want to keep 1 to 2. This is something that you show off, something that you promote. If you're in videos, it's something that's there so you can show people. Any way that you can engage with people, something that maybe you're taking it to different spas or shows, but you have 1 to 2 of the products. You have 1 to 2 of these candles that are just yours. Then you want to set 2 to 3 of them aside for giveaways. This will help generate buzz. Giveaways are amazing. I don't see as many anymore. I haven't done one in a while, but every single time I've done a giveaway, this is how I've gotten so many followers just from a giveaway. And I'm not saying you have to give away something good, you guys. You can't just give away one tea light candle. Nobody's going to want that. I usually give away 2 to 3 candles per person. And sometimes I'll have 2 to 3. And sometimes people will be like, oh my God, that's a lot to give away. Here's the thing, you guys, as a new business, it's your job. Your goal is to bring in new customers. And a lot of times that might mean that you're not getting the return on the investment that you originally expected. A perfect example, when I started off, my product was a black box. In this black box, it was a candle, a body butter, a scrub, maybe a sage or incense. It's usually like 4 items. 2 that I made, 2 that I just purchased. Sometimes I had like these, I had chakra bracelets, all this other stuff. I sold them for $39. I made very little money off of these boxes because my goal was not to make money off of these boxes. I wanted to cover my investment and bring in new customers. That was my goal of these boxes. I then upped it to $49 just because I was selling so many of them. I needed to incorporate some of the labor costs with that. And so think of a way that you can bundle. We're going to talk about bundling and stuff. So anyways, back to giveaways. 2 to 3 units for giveaways, and then you want to do save 1 to 2 for promotion. These are the ones that if you're using a photographer or photography company, like Suna, one of those. If you have somebody that's actually taking pictures of your products, set some aside from them. And then 5 to 10 units for influencer marketing. These are ones that you send out to different influencers, big and small. Listen here, micro influencers are amazing. Micro influencers are honestly what helped get Black Sunflower where it's at, because a lot of the micro influencers they were pushing because they have some of the loyalist followers, I will tell you. So you're ready to make your products. Let's say you haven't purchased, the products are going to make, but you haven't quite received the inventory, but you want to start promoting. You guys, you can do template mock-ups. So if you're selling t-shirts or artwork, I don't know if you've ever seen those pictures where there's a couch and then there's a picture frame in the back and you're like, I've seen this couch a million times. Those are template mock-ups. Canva is great. Canva has so many of those available right now, which is really awesome. Digital mock-ups. You can do you can do online things where you can change the colors, things like that. All these people you can honestly find in Fiverr. Digital mockup does cost a little bit more. It's usually done by a graphic designer. The template mockups you can honestly find. Just Google template mockups, candle template mockups. If you're using a standard vessel like a clear, a white, a black, a lot of times you can find those. And the one that costs a little bit more, but is also really great, is 3D rendering. So if you don't want to actually make a bunch of the products right now and you just want to get the pictures out there, I spent maybe $150 for 3D rendering when I did my candle flights. They did 4 different 5-ounce tins. He even did the box for them. They looked real, but I did not have the products at all to make them, but I need to start advertising them. So you can find all these people through Fiverr. I would just look at the reviews, and the reviews, click and you look over their past work and it seems good, I would go with it. I highly recommend 3D renderings. It was probably one of the easier, I'll take it back, pre-sales that I did using 3D renderings. Preparing your website, you guys. So make sure that you have your website not only up and running, but everywhere on your website where people are purchasing, it is stating that your item is for pre-order. It is very important, because even though it does say pre-order, there'll still be people coming back and saying, hey, where's my order? A lot of times you just kindly remind them that was for pre-order. And a lot of times they're like, I didn't realize that, right? So if you're using Shopify, there are quite a few programs. The one that I've always used is called Pre-Order Now. That one will not only allow you to create a pre-sale button so people can pre-order it, it will allow you to put a blurb above it stating when they will ship this product or anything that you want to share. If you paid for, I've actually never paid for Pre-Order Now. I'm going to take it back. I pay for the base. I don't pay for the extra, which is like sending out the email reminding them about their products are being pre-orders. You can do it. It's something I've never done. It does add an extra element of customer service and it doesn't hurt. But I also see it didn't really make a difference if I did it or not. So I didn't use that. Whenever you're doing a pre-sale, you want to make sure you have clear call to actions, letting people know where to click, letting people know what to expect, how long it's going to take to receive their products. Who here has a Shopify website? And while you guys are answering that question, I'm going to continue. So building trust is crucial for pre-sales. You incorporate customer testimonials, the reviews on your website. You do now. Nikki, I'm glad, because you have been talking about moving over to Shopify for a while. Welcome to the dark side. So glad to have you. So yes. Oh my gosh, a fly got in here. You have one. Perfect. So if you guys just go to the App Store and click on pre-order now, that's something that can come up, and it makes it very, very simple. You have to reactivate. Okay. Oh my gosh, there's a fly in here. Gross. I don't know if I can get it out.
You sound like me. I do that all the time. I'm like, oh, you seen it? Remember?
Yeah, we're like, what is that?
I sent it over to you.
Crazy. Go sit down somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So a lot of people in here do have Shopify websites. Lovely. I would highly recommend. And here's the thing. I have done pre-sales without an app. Before, I had a website called Big Cartel, and I still did pre-orders, and I just made sure in the description I mentioned that this was a pre-order item. The nice thing about pre-order now, instead of it saying buy now, the button that they click says pre-order. So it makes it a little bit easier for that. There's another one called Pre-Order Manager, and there's another one called Back in Stock Alerts, which is nice. All right, so here's the fun part. We need to develop a compelling offer. So you have your pre-sale, but how are you going to get people interested in actually purchasing your product? Few options. You have an early bird discount. That's like the go-to. Everyone loves an early bird discount. But before any of this, you want to build up the anticipation and let people know that you have a pre-sale coming. And if you want to be the one to get in on the pre-sale early bird discount, sign up for my email list, please. Or if you want to take advantage of this 25%, yes, that sounds like a lot, you guys. But listen, we're trying to capture these people. Yes, the goal is to get these people in. You may lose a little bit of money, but in long run, make them a long-term customer so you can continue to make money off of them, right? So early bird discount, offer a tempting introductory price or limited time discount just for the customers who pre-order. That's it. Give them a reason to jump on board early. Right now, the reason people have to pre-order with me now, because if you don't pre-order, I literally only make enough for pre-orders and a little bit more. So if you don't pre-order your item, you may not get it. But if you price right, you won't be missing anything, right? If you price it right, you won't be missing anything. That is so true, Nikki. That is so true. Build that into there. Build it in. Bundle packages, as this goes together. Bundle packages. So create value packages or bundles. Like I said with my black box, I didn't make much money off the black box, but black box, black box, but I gave people a low entry, low cost way to try out my products. And they fell in love. So they continued to purchase. And the great thing about this and Shopify, you can build out a customer segment. So people who purchased the black box before, I can go and see if they've only purchased the black box and never made another purchase. You can put that. If you guys don't know how to use the segments, you guys need to get into those segments on Shopify. You can figure out who's purchased that and has never made another purchase. And you can send them another coupon. Your black box, I hope you enjoyed your black box. Would love for you to give us come back. You should check out this new product we're dropping, blah, 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 blah. Sounds like a Black Friday bonus. And it sounds like I do have a Black Friday class coming up. How to increase your profits and sales on Black Friday. I love it. Because listen here. Black Friday is one of the days that people come out ready to spend. They set that budget and they say, this day I'm going to spend. The status of was it 87 or 82? I think it was 87.2 million people, one of those, last year shopped on Black Friday. And I know I want to be a part of those numbers. And I know you guys want to be a part of those numbers. So yes, Black Friday. Exclusive access. So is there a way you can grant pre-sale customers exclusive access to new features, upgrades, make them feel special, make them feel like a VIP, maybe a part of a special group that everyone who pre-orders now. I did one for honey last time that for every honey that people purchased, I gave them a $5 gift card. So if they purchased 4 honeys, I gave them a $20 gift card, so on and so forth. $91.2 billion. Whew. What if you're only using your website and not Shopify? You can do it for anything. So if you don't have Shopify for a pre-order, you can still do it. You just have to make sure in the description you say that it is a pre-order. For the segmentation, I'm not sure how other websites work with customer segmentation because I haven't dived too deep into it, but I know the way that Shopify segments your customers so you can find people down to a T. I just sent out an email last weekend and since I've been sold out, customers who subscribed to my email list and didn't purchase anything in the past 60 days, and I resent them their 25% off code for being a first-time customer. And it said, have you been waiting to order? Pre-order is now available. Use your code now. And people started buying, right? People started buying. So it's very important that you use those segmentations, use them to your advantage and what they're actually for. Bonus gifts or add-ons. Now, I would recommend this being something that you don't necessarily have to make yourself, or if it is something that you have to make, it's not something that's very labor intensive, such as like a little wax melt bundle or something like that. I personally love the wick cutters and the electric lighters. You can get them on Alibaba pretty cheap. I think the last time I got mine, it was like 2 years ago. I got them with my brand. I got them branded, and they only cost me about $5-6 a pop. So I can give them a free wood cutter. I think it was like purchases over 100, or 75 got a wood cutter. Purchases over like 125 got both, something like that. So yes. Money back guarantee. So this one right here, a lot of people are scared of, but let's be honest, we've spent so much time developing amazing product. You should be able to stand by your product and want to offer a money back guarantee. So give the pre-sale customers, like if you're not happy with your purchase, then you go ahead and I will give you your money back. Now make sure that your actual return policy is stated on your website. And with this money back guarantee, obviously, if they do it once, if they don't want to return their product, that's not somebody that I honestly would shop with or allow to shop with me again if it seems like they're being malicious. If they do it once, cool. But if it's something that somebody continues to do, I would stay away. But I'll be in all honest with you, the money back guarantee almost never comes back to bite you in the butt. It's something that is just a peace of mind for people, especially as a new business. They're not familiar with you. They can't even smell the product. So it gives them an opportunity to feel some sort of comfort. Capturing your audience. If you guys didn't have a email or SMS marketing, you are missing out. Klaviyo, even within Shopify's own email is great. You need to find a way to bring people in to be able to then reach back out to them when needed. People, I would say if you can get more into SMS marketing, because it's something that people will look at more, it has a higher open rate than your email marketing. But in turn, there are people that are still looking to receive their emails. So I would definitely make sure that you have something set up for that. Klaviyo, like I said, is a really good one. They do have MailChimp. There's a lot of one. Simple Texting was a SMS program that I tried out that was amazing because you can actually text people back, which is pretty cool. And it was easy to set up different keywords for different things. So you can organize your customer base. So make sure you have a way to capture your audience so that when your pre-sale is launched or any additional news that you have to tell in the future, you have a quick way to actually reach out to them. By sending these emails, you can create campaigns, create a sense of urgency. Within the course, I actually gave examples. So one of the emails that I sent was, this was for 2 Christmases ago, I did flights. So I had 4 5-ounce tins in a case. And one of the titles said, "Catch flights, not feelings this holiday season." And I basically said, our candle flights have finally arrived and pre-orders start now. Pre-order and save. They will ship December 8th, limited supplies available. That's usually what you say each time. And then I followed up again. You can never have too many candles. You pre-ordered your flight, and just send this out during the beginning of your pre-sale, letting people know where to find it. There's only limited supplies. And sometimes people will be like, "Oh my gosh, I don't want to bombard people. I don't want to annoy people." Listen here, if they're annoyed, they will leave. And if they leave, they weren't for you. They weren't going to buy anyways. If somebody is really interested in what you have to say and what you're offering, they're going to know that you are going to market your product, and they'll be fine with it. Is a pre-order app a blue circle with a phone and a Wi-Fi symbol? No, it's red with a shopping cart, with a white shopping cart. Red with the white shopping cart. Once you receive all your pre-orders, how long does it take for the customer to receive the products they have ordered? So this really depends on you, the amount of time it takes you to get your supplies, and what you've promised the customer. So when you're planning your pre-sale, you need to schedule, okay, I know it takes me 3 days to get my products from Candle Science. And let's say you're getting all your products from Candle Science. It takes me 3 days to get my products from Candle Science. On average, it'll take me 2 days to pour and label 50 candles. Might be the same day, but I'm going to give myself some grace. So let's say we schedule out a week. So the pre-sale ends, and I now know how many items I need. It takes about 3 days to get the items. To be safe, I would say 2 weeks after the pre-orders end. Or a lot of times, let's say if you're running a pre-sale for 3 or 4 weeks, by the middle of the second week, I kind of already have an idea of the items that I need to purchase, and I will already purchase my items so I can get started. Now, a beautiful thing with pre-sales, if you can get them their items even quicker, you really look amazing. Like, that's the way to really set yourself apart from the competition. If they pre-order their item, you tell them they're going to get it 1 week and they get it a week earlier, I would be ecstatic. I would be ecstatic with that. So yes, you just have to time it accordingly. The 3 days plus the additional 5 days it takes you to actually make your product. So about 2 weeks for them to get the product. And it may be closer. Some people who live closer to Candle Science will get their stuff in 1 day. And then you can get their stuff out to them maybe the end of the week. But always give yourself grace. Do not back yourself in the corner trying to keep up with the demand of the customer. Especially if you're a lady. If that time of month rolls around and there's a few days that you don't feel like doing anything, and now you've given this promise, and now you're up making candles not out of love, we don't want that. We want you to always be making them out of love because you're in the mood and feel like it, not because you overpromised and now you're trying hard to deliver. Build pre-sale launch anticipation. So I recommend 2 to 3 weeks of pre-sale anticipation promotion. So anyone find the app on the iPhone? I do not see a red circle with the cart. Let me see if I don't know if I can find it on the app on my phone. Let's see. It just says pre-order now is the one. Okay, I don't know if I can show this to you guys from here. Is it going to show up? That's pre-order now. That one right there. Oops. Is it going to focus? There we go. This one right here. That's it. So it's not a circle. It's a square, but it's a white shopping cart. Let me know if that helps you, Siobhan. So you want to build up that pre-sale launch anticipation. So 2 to 3 weeks before you actually launch the pre-sale, you want to let people know that the pre-sale is coming. You start with teaser campaigns. You talk about little snips or even showing you testing out the product. Jamie from Defying Candle Co. did that when she posted the bat. She, with the little purple bat and the color. This was anticipation. It's like, ooh, I'm anxiously testing out our new products for the holidays. Like, this is cool. So people don't even need to necessarily know that you have a pre-sale coming, but the anticipation of new products that they haven't seen before is also really good. Question, is this an app or a feature on the site? It's an app. I'm so sorry. It's an app within Shopify. So Shopify calls all of their additional add-ons apps. So like all of these are apps within the Shopify website. So they call them apps. Oops. Like that. Hope that helps. So if you click on apps in Shopify, it will then pop up and allow you to search within the apps. Sharing behind the scenes content is a way to build anticipation and get people excited. This is how you make people feel like they're a part of something. Tell engaging stories. Tell people why you've created this product, the background, and what you dream to come of this, or how you want people to experience it and feel it. Give them a chance to get early access at what you actually have to offer and what you're showing them. Running the contest. I guess I'll get one once I reactivate. Yes. Okay, perfect. Yeah, and reactivate it when you're ready to get started on it. Like, don't be in a rush to activate it now. Thank you, Latrice. Yes, Latrice is always on it. I love this woman. Oh, running contests. Running contests is an amazing way, once again, to build that anticipation and that buzz of your upcoming pre-sale. Do polls and surveys. Here's the thing, you guys. We have the internet, not just the internet, we have social media at our fingertips. And being able to run a poll and ask people, do you like red or blue? Deciding you don't know what you're going to make, ask your customers, do you guys want the red one or the blue one? Do you want the strawberry or the vanilla? What do you want? Let them know. Talk about collaborations. With my black boxes, I collab with a soap maker, and I would give her the fragrance and she would make soaps in the fragrance that my candle was in. And that's something that would add to the black box. Or if you make soaps yourself, maybe you're doing soaps this one time, you're doing a 1 round of soaps that are special for this particular black box. But I would highly recommend trying to collab with somebody. That way you guys can share your customer base. And if you're worried, because you know what, even though there's money in this for everyone, somewhere in the back of our hearts sometimes, collabing with somebody that does the exact same thing as you is not always the right thing to do. So if you can find somebody who's just a soap maker or only does sprays, something like that, collab with them so you can share your customer base. And what I usually do is I would purchase the items from them wholesale. So like with the soap, I would purchase X amount of bars of soap from her wholesale, and I would advertise her in the box as well. We have Beyonce's internet. When I do polls, I feel like I'm talking to myself, but people see it. That's one thing. People are seeing it. If you look at the views, people are seeing your stuff. Hey, Chantel. Yes, it does feel like you're talking yourself, even when you go live. That's why so many people are so scared of going live, because you go live and there are 1 or 2 people in there. If you have 1 or 2 people in the room with you at that time listening to what you have to say about your product, you would be excited. The internet has our minds fooled into thinking that in order for us to be worthy of or good, there needs to be 100 people staring at us on the other side of the screen, and that's not even it. So we can keep their labels on when we collab. You can, or you can private label. It's completely up to you how you want to do that. I personally kept their labels on because I wanted to share the wealth. I wanted to show that I'm not only how should I say, I'm not only working with other people, I'm supporting other businesses. People love that. Like, people don't want to see us going against each other. People want to see, like, oh my gosh, I love this product and I love this product too. And I still, to this day, have so many people who still come from her soap company to buy candles and vice versa, because we worked together in the beginning for quite some time. Launching your pre-sale. So now you want to build the hype. You've officially launched your product, and I would do it for no longer than 3 weeks. I would not do your pre-sale for longer than 3 weeks. But this is when you're posting like crazy. You're talking about it, and not just buy my candle, buy my candle. It has to be in use, or even you're just online putting stickers. You guys, I did a live the other day when I was just putting stickers on the bottom of my jars, and it got so many views. And I'm just having a conversation and putting stickers on. Going live, just allowing people to see you, become a part of the brand. That's how they get comfortable with wanting to purchase. I'm legit terrified of live. That's how I was thinking. I get it. Live can be terrifying, and it's just one. Even to this day, sometimes I get nervous with it. But once you get into the flow, and Nikki, I'm gonna say this out loud. When I go live, I make money. When you go live, you make money. Period. If you don't want to make money, the quick way, then don't go live. Make sure you better be good at posting though. I'm not good at posting. I don't post a lot. I don't post consistently. But when I do go live, I make money. And there's days on end that I don't go live. Why? Because I don't want to. I'm not in the mood. I'm really an introvert. I don't enjoy. I enjoy this, but I don't enjoy this, if you guys understand what I'm saying. I have to bring myself to do this. I don't just get up and like, okay, guys, here it goes. Because that's not really me. But it's part of, I want my business to be successful, and I'm not out in the streets. I'm not at all these markets. I'm not showing face. This is how I show face right here. I'll be scared. I would not be able to answer a question. Brain farts. I am the queen of brain farts. Nikki Latrice. I forget what I'm saying all the time. I'm so off track with what we're talking about as we speak. And if you don't know the question, all you have to tell people is, you know what? That's a great question. I don't have the exact answer right now, but can you give me your email, and I'm going to get you that answer later. You don't have to know everything. People don't expect you to know everything. And I have no problem saying, I don't know that. Don't know that. And that's all you have to do. You understand, you're naturally shy. I'm not naturally shy, but I don't like being out there. I'm out there, but it's not my first choice of things that I'm going to do.
And what type of question do you think they're going to ask you? You think they're going to ask you like a scientific question or some mathematical question you got to answer? Like, they're going to ask you about your stuff. You know your stuff.
Mm-hmm. As soon as I start live, I'll start speaking in cursive, all scared. Do you guys hear me sometimes? I stumble over my words all the time. I think faster than the words can come out of my mouth. That's why I tell people, please hold the questions to the end, or put a star, I'll come back, because you guys. But you know what? I'm not perfect. I'm not trying to be perfect. And we just have to do our best. That's all people want. People want to see humans. As I sidetrack again, I am teaching a business course in the county that I'm in. And one of the questions that he had was, and you guys let me know if this is true, is how do you get more people that look like me, us, to join these business classes? And I said, well, I don't have a problem with that. I get a lot of people that look like me, and my friends get a lot of people that look like me. And one thing that I got from that is I don't ever come off as anything that I'm not. I am very down. I look like matter of fact, this is what I walked my son to the bus stop in this morning. You have to come at people and realize we're all human. We're all going through the same things. We all have the same problems. And we're all just trying to make it. So coming on as your real authentic self is what's going to make people love you and come and trust you and want to listen to you. So you're talking in cursive and being scared. I bet you there will be 10 other people on there who talk in cursive and are scared to go online. And they see you doing it. Like, you know what? If she can talk in cursive and be here, I can talk in cursive and be here too. Nationwide. I'm done with you. Yes, people love authenticity. Yes, people love authenticity. So I digress. We're going to get back into launching this pre-sale. You want to make sure that you're creating this buzz. You want to make sure that when you're launching, you're telling those people on your email list and on your SMS list. Make sure that you, or not make sure, one of the things, implement a referral program so that you can refer their friends to participate in the pre-sale program. When you send out the email and you're like, hey, pre-sale's now launched, go ahead and share this with a friend, or even, especially if you use something like this is a special code, but you can share it with a friend, just you, right? Things like that. Remember those 5 to 10 units that you save for influencers, user-generated content. This is amazing, especially when people start receiving their pre-orders. Tell them to post them receiving that. You can then use that content to show people like, no, people really pre-order my product. Like, look, you're missing out. Why aren't you here? That's the thing that people have a lot of problem with. Let's go to getting influencers to promote your product. I'm trying to speed it, Nikki, because I know it took a little bit of time. You want to find the right people that align with your product. Go ahead.
No, you good. Keep going.
Good. Okay. So
you talking good, girl.
We're getting good information here. So finding the right influencers, you want to identify people who actually align with your product. We're going to go back. If you don't have a mission statement or core values for your business, just because you're a quote unquote small business does not mean you don't need to have one. Mission statement and core values are just what your company and what your business stands by. So what does that mean? If I'm approaching somebody, I want to do a deal and their values don't align with my values, then I'm not going to work with them. So finding the right influencers, going through online, there's I forgot the name of the site. There are quite a few sites that you can go on as a business and actually put on that you're looking for influencers, and they can find you and decide whether Social Cap. There we go. Social Cap is a good one. But find people who align with your values. If you're going on Instagram and you know that you're having this pre-sale content come up, or even just being on Instagram and you find people that align with your values, engage with their content. You will receive, it'll be so much easier if this person has seen that, oh, you've liked some of my content here and there. You're not just randomly showing up, saying you like what I do, and then asking me to do something for you. So engage with the content, adding a personal touch when you reach out, explain why you feel it will be a good fit. And listen, we can tell when it's a cut and paste type of thing. So it doesn't have to be long. It doesn't have to be drawn out. Make it short and sweet to the point. I'm launching a new program, new product. I love your aesthetics. I love what you do here. I would love to work on you. I would love to work with you. What are your rates? Something like that. Sometimes they'll bring in rates. Sometimes they won't. Sometimes they'll just want to buy something. But like I said, user-generated content, especially if we're doing this pre-sale thing, we probably don't have a big budget for marketing and influencers. Using the content of people that have already purchased your product or about to purchase the product. Maybe you can do a campaign where block out your order number, but take a screenshot of your pre-order for an additional 15% off, something like that. Offer a win-win partnership. So present a comparable proposal that highlights the benefits of collabing with you. So maybe if it's somebody who you can tell that candles, I can't think of an example at the moment, but saying like, hey, I can provide you with X amount of candles in exchange for this. Now, like I said, you do want to make sure that you're offering people what they're worth, but a lot of times micro-influencers, there are quite a few people out there who will work for a product and they just want the exposure. They want the exposure of your people as well. Let's see. The other thing, I talked about working with influencers. The other thing is running ads on social media. Yeah, and they have better influence. They really do. They really do. running ads. If you guys have not ran an ad yet, there is a class, Instagram Ads for Sales and Followers, where I walk you through how to run an ad from start to finish, from defining your target audience to actually launching the ad. Ads are still very, very good if you know how to utilize them. This is knowing your target audience and narrowing down your buyer persona. If you guys have taken my classes, it's like beating a dead horse. I say this all the time. Perfect example. This particular pre-sale course right here that I sell for $12.99, and within the collective, I'm running an ad on Instagram. I think it stopped again, but I'm running an ad on Instagram. It's pink and it says struggling to get sales. I spend $5 a day on that ad. That $5 a day generating that ad, I think last month, just running, I think so. I spent $150 on the ad, and it brought in over $2,500 just from that one ad, spending $5 a day on that. So it does still work, you guys. Don't let anybody tell you Instagram ads don't work. You have to make sure you position it right, and that you're reaching the right audience. But I don't got a lot of people. And that's what the pre-sale, the running the ads and the giveaways. Running the ads and the giveaways. Those will help you. Those will help you.
And you know what? Trish just said, "Ma'am, that box. Did you see this box that Trina made?"
No.
Go to Go to LEWA Candles. Look at this box she did. And I'm like, you girl, you need to promote the crap out of that box.
Ooh, look at this website. Wait, she has it closed.
On Instagram, go to her Instagram, because I don't know if her website is closed. She opens up on the 23rd. Okay. But go to her Instagram. Do you see the box with the leaves on it?
LEWA Candles, just LEWA Candles.
LEWA.candles. Yep.
There it goes. Ma'am.
Do you see this box?
Yes.
She did that by hand.
Oh, that's adorable. I love it. And she got her points out here. She got her loyalty program. Oh, I love this. So let's see. We're gonna do a quick. I'm sorry. I was all into it. I was off camera in my own world. So what I would recommend is taking like this. I don't know why this didn't get more, because this is good. She need to run an ad off of one of these.
Right? And I said, she hand painted this box, and both of them look. I said, you got to figure out a way to multi-purpose this box. That's the first thing, because you don't want people just throwing away that box. And second, you need to let people know this is coming.
Well, and let them know it's handmade. And let them know it's handmade. This right here should be an ad right here. It has the, like, this is, people are engaged on it.
This is her making it.
Girl. Yeah. I see nothing but potential. I see potential. And handmade.
I'm gonna let you go back.
And that's the type of stuff. She needs to go live doing that. You need to go live doing that and letting people know this box is coming. If you want in on this, it's a piece of art. You were getting a piece of art. Like, oh, I love that. And it's the creativity. Nobody's doing that. I love it. That makes me so happy. So happy. All right. So now down to customer service. So earlier somebody asked the question, what if the fragrance is sold out? What if I can't get tape? What if there's all these what ifs? You know, it's life. There's always going to be what if, and you just always have to prepare. Something's going to go wrong. Something. But that doesn't mean you can't fix it. Everything is fixable, and anything that quote unquote goes wrong gives you an opportunity to present yourself as, you know what, I know how to take care. I know how to take care of my customers. So communicate and know what your communication channels are. So making sure people know they're not trying to bang down your DMs to get a customer service question answered. Make sure that they know, maybe have an automation popped up. If you have a question on your order, please send us an email. I had that for a long time where everything was coming in so quick and people would try to do customer service in the DMs. And at the time, I wasn't able to do it. On my website, everything said, if you would like to communicate, you can find me via email. And it may work for you to have conversations in the DM. It might. If that's the case, make sure you're responding to those DMs. Make sure that when you open up that message, you respond because they can see that you've seen it. Make sure that you're keeping that communication line open and respond timely. So if somebody has a question about their pre-order, make sure that you're responding in a few hours or less. Or if you can't respond in that time, make sure there is an email, the out of office reply stating when they will receive communication, or if they're replying to you from your contact me on your webpage, make sure that it says somebody will reach out to you in 24 to 48 hours, whatever it is. You just have to let people know. Put it in your frequently asked questions. Just make sure you can never communicate too much. Fragrance oils are different prices. Should I price my candle with the fragrance that costs the most per ounce? I have mine broke down individually. On average, it ends up coming out about the same. But I would break them down individually. You can do it for the one that costs the most if you like, if you just want to cover all your bases, but I did have them broken down individually. Provide clear and helpful information. So this is in the frequently asked questions. They're going to have questions about shipping. They're going to have questions about when they're going to receive their order, or if there's a problem with their order, who they contact. Personalize the experience. If you have the ability to, when you're responding, make sure you talk to them, or if you've had prior communication with them and you remember a fact, add that little fact in there. People love that sort of stuff. Be proactive. So if you know that something's going to, or if you know that that fragrance oil is out of stock, instead of waiting for it to get back in stock, let's just go ahead and change the date right now. Like, hey, it looks like one of the fragrances is out of stock. I'm hopeful that it will be back in stock soon. In the event that it's not, your delivery date will be 2 weeks out or whatever. And then give them the options. How are we going to fix this problem? How are we going to resolve it? Then collect your feedback and improve on it. Everyone's so afraid of reviews. Everyone's so afraid of asking for opinions. I'll be quite honest with you. I love it. I love opinions. I love when people can give me constructive criticism, because all you want to do is improve. And when you can tell when somebody's giving constructive criticism and they're helping, or they're giving shade. But even the giving shade ones, a lot of times have some good points. So sometimes you have to learn to remove those emotions and listen to the facts that are being said. So exceptional customer service is always an ongoing commitment, and it's beyond the pre-sale. So you have to provide a positive experience throughout, from announcing that you're going to have a pre-sale, to launching your pre-sale, to being within the pre-sale. And then post-sale is a big one too. We're going to skip back that. Capitalizing off the hype. So how do you make this pre-sale campaign one for the books? The first one is fulfilling the orders promptly, making sure that you live up to your promise. Now, back in the day, I used to say they will ship on a certain day. I changed that. Now I say it will ship within the week of. It'll ship on the week of the 21st. It will ship within the week of the 8th. Usually use that Monday. Main reason is because things happen depending on the number of orders that come in. And quite honestly, personally, me now, I don't spend all day shipping orders anymore. I will pack orders for an hour or two, and then I will move on to the next day. So now it's telling people that they'll ship out within that week, rather than I'm having them all ship out the same day. Makes a huge difference in my sense of being okay and not feeling rushed. Create a sense of exclusivity. So anyone that has pre-ordered, maybe you can do a post-sale perk. Maybe there's an item that goes well with something that they pre-ordered. Like, hey, you pre-ordered this, these two candles really burn well together. The scent smells great. Or offering them some sort of loyalty reward, something like that. Encourage reviews and testimonials. There are tons of review apps within Shopify. And one thing I honestly haven't done, which I probably should, is you can change the duration of time that people will receive the reviews. And you can change it periodically. So do as I say, not as I do. So if you know you're running a pre-sale campaign, maybe you can go in and extend the time for the review to after the pre-sale, because what's going to happen is they're going to purchase the item, and then in 3 weeks they're going to get an email asking them to review it, and they haven't even received the product yet. That hasn't bit me in the butt yet, but it's one of those things that I thought about, but I just never did. But I would highly recommend that you do. Leverage social media. So continue to leverage social media as people are posting their products. Maybe you put a little note inside of the package stating, hey, share this on social media, receive a code for additional 15% off. Go ahead and tag us. And do a post-sale marketing campaign. So use different email marketing campaigns, SMS, people who may have looked at your website, because you can see people who have subscribed to your email list but didn't purchase anything during your pre-sale. Maybe you send them something special to kind of give them a nudge to see what's going on. Build out these relationships. So as people are talking about your products, as people post the use of products, make sure you repost it. Thank them. People just want to feel that, okay, you know what? They took the time, used their hard-earned money to support you. You return that. Pre-sale success. So one of the stories I like to tell is I have been doing pre-sales for a really long time. And almost everything I launched was under the pretense of a pre-sale. One year I did my flights. I only wanted to get, my goal was 50. I wanted 50 pre-orders. I got around 100 pre-orders, about 100 and between 100 and 110 pre-orders, but I ended up selling over 250 flights altogether. And this was probably one of my biggest pre-sales that I did campaign. This pre-sale campaign was 2 years after I launched. Before that, I've had a lot of very successful pre-sale campaigns, but once again, the more I used it and refined the pre-sale method, what got me to that is, one, I solved the problem. It was something that people were asking me for, something that people wanted, and a package and a price point that people kept telling me that they were interested in. So basically what I did, I answered all the questions that people have been asking me throughout those past 2 years. And I've developed it into one product, and I launched it in a pre-sale. And this then allowed this to come about. I had an early bird. What was the pricing? The flights, the candles were $19 separate, but in the set they were $49. So it was a big savings on top of that. So they could purchase one candle for $20, or they can purchase 4 candles for $50. You give your products enough time to cure. I'm asking because I've come across people's site that's always telling customers to wait a couple days to burn. So this one right here, I always it's interesting. I don't know where this came about. I don't cure my candles at all, because if you think from the time that you make the candles, the time you package the candles, the time they actually get shipped to them, it's already a week. So sitting there and letting your candles cure, I mean, if you need to, is already going to get some time. Secondly, and I would say test your own candles. And when I first started making candles, I did the same thing. I made a little note that said, your candle is freshly made, like fine wine. It gets better over time. Wait a few days to burn. Then one day I was like, because the candles were just going out so quick, I couldn't keep waiting. One day I just burned it. I'm like, this candle burns exactly the same. It was the same day. I think it was within, now I wouldn't recommend burning it within 6-7 hours of it making, but I did that day and it burned amazing. And then I burned another one the very next day, and that one burned amazing. And I say, you know what? I'm no longer curing anything. I'm just going to keep going with it. So test it. And here's the thing, you guys, always question stuff. Just because I'm telling you something, Nikki's telling you something, and yes, we've been through it, but a lot of times something that what might work for me and or Nikki or Latrice may not work for you. And so go ahead and give it a try. If you're questioning a process or how something should work, or if you find a better way to do it, go for it. Don't just stick to the way that everyone else is doing it because it's what everyone else was doing. And that's, I feel, one reason in the beginning, I wasn't in any candle groups. I didn't know I really didn't YouTube candle stuff. I didn't know anything. I was just going off of reading. I had nobody else's opinions in my mind, in my brain. I didn't know what anybody else was doing. So everything that I made and I constructed was basic. It was my own thoughts. It didn't feel like I was being sabotaged by other people's thoughts and opinions, because everything that I did was coming from me and just actual research. So yes, I always encourage you guys to question and ask questions and find processes and ways that work better for you. Um, so I guess my biggest thing with this whole pre-sale campaign is, one, it is a marketing campaign. But if I was to come up to you and say, create a marketing campaign, you're going to stare at me and look at me like I'm crazy and say, I don't know how to create a marketing campaign. Yes, you do. That's what this pre-sale course is about. With this pre-sale course, it will allow you the opportunity to, like I said, save that money, keep the money in your pocket, find out people even like the product that you're selling, and generate a buzz and build your customer base. Those are the things that you want to do. I would highly recommend that if you're doing a pre-sale, find a way that you can give people a low risk, low cost way to try out your products. Even given the state of the economy now, in person, people tell me in person sales are doing great. Online across the board, sales are meh for online sales. So you want to find a way that you can grasp these people in, show them that what you're providing is an amazing product. Tested mine after 5 days and they smell good, but they do get better about a week and a half. Yeah. And some of them do. Some of them do definitely get better. And it depends on the wax and stuff. And so you can definitely add that note in there, but I wouldn't discourage you from sending them out, especially if you're doing a pre-order and they've already waited so long. And you can let them know that your skin will be amazing, but like fine wine, it gets better over time. Use that, something along those lines. My main goal is I do not want you guys to spend all your hard-earned money creating products and wasting money on inventory that you're not going to sell. I'm telling you guys this from experience. I'm telling you guys this from mistakes that I've made, because I don't want you guys to make the same mistakes. I want you guys to be able to not have to think that in order for your business to be successful, you need to get all of these loans. It is not necessary. I've gotten a lot of loans for my business. And then I've also realized once I stopped getting loans, I could have survived on my business without getting the loans. But I wanted the inventory to show that I have a bunch of inventory sitting there. And yes, did it go? But yes, it was at a cost. There's interest involved in that. There's so many other things. And then also with that, doing pre-sales, I feel gives people the ability to be more comfortable. So you can do the 9 to 5 and the entrepreneurship side, because with the pre-sales, you kind of know what to expect. You guys have been a blessing to me. Thank you. Don't stop coming together. I'm enjoying all. You are very welcome, Patty. We're all here to, matter of fact, Nikki, come back here. Come back. Get your butt back in here. We're all in here to just help each other grow. Like, we seriously, I'm blessed and thankful about where my business has been, where it's going, how it's changed. And so many people are like, oh, I want to be like you. I was like, I don't want you guys to be like me, because one day I'm going to tell you guys the whole story of everything, maybe in the book, whatever. Okay. But Jaz of Blk drove me crazy to a point, because I spent so much time trying to keep up with things that weren't really me. I want you to redefine what your idea of success is, what makes you happy, what do you really want out of life? Because my biggest mistake is I kept following what everybody else envisioned my business to be for me, and not what I envisioned it for. And I was unhappy. I was really unhappy. And so once I changed and realized what my idea of success was, and said, I'm just going to stop moving in, even though I'm selling stuff, I don't want to live in that capitalistic consumer bubble. I don't want to let the money run me. I want my dream and my vision of helping people to help push me forward, rather than chasing the money. Because once you stop chasing the money, that money will come running after you. So yeah. I hope this is helpful. I started preaching at the end a little bit, but
somebody needed it. Somebody needed
it, right? But I think it's really important that you guys sit back and really think of how you're operating your business, and are you operating from an angle of getting more, so you keep, how do I say it right? Obtaining more product. What is your main reason for wanting to have a bunch of inventory? What are you really trying to fulfill here? What's the goal?
What are you doing, sis? What are you doing, sis?
What are you doing? Like, what's the point? Why are we here? Why are we here? Because listen here, I don't need 100 candles sitting on my shelf, just sitting there. For why? What do I need it for? That money could be used in a marketing. I
Or
could put
wax.
that, or wax. I could be putting that money into something else. Make your money work for you, not sit on a shelf.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's it. That's it. Yeah. I like that. Whatever I just said there. Yeah, repeat that. Coin that one.
We're gonna put that on t-shirt.
Gosh. So are we gonna go back to yes, let's go back to the start question. Where is it at? The candles that you haven't purchased. Yes, that one right there. All right. So one of the things that I did, and the last time I did it was on TikTok Shop, and it was amazing. I do candle sales. I do live candle sales. And so your main goal of with the stuff that people haven't purchased, you at least just want to get your money back, right? We want to at least get our money back. So I usually do live sales where one, this will give you an opportunity, give people an opportunity to get to know you. And I do like a game night. So you can pick any game that you have, just adapt it to being able to play it online with other people. And then the last time I had a secret link, yeah, something like anything, yes. I had a secret link that I only dropped within the live. And so when they were live, they could click the link and then they go purchase the candles on clearance. I had the other time before where people would win boxes, but that's a whole nother story. But I would find some sort of interactive way to meet with the people who purchase your stuff and create community. Find a way to build community and chuck them, get rid of them, use that money for something else. But yes, I would do some sort of live sale.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what they do. They just, oh, please. I think downstairs I have about 10 more cutie pies just sitting there. And I was staring at them yesterday. I'm like, why are you guys still here? What are you doing? I can't even give y'all away.
You can do a buy one, get one free. A buy one, get one.
I think it's just the candle. It's one of those you learned this was just a flop product. It was just flop.
Yep.
And I'm done pushing it. Done pushing. Do you guys have any additional questions at all?
Put them in the chat.
Mm-hmm.
Jazz, this was so good. You done touched on everything. You went from email marketing, pre-sales, social media, target audience. You kind of like touched on everything tonight. So this was really, really good.
Yes. You know what? I want you guys to get the information. If you guys are interested, the class is $12.99. It's a flat rate of $12.99. Everyone who's in it, I think there's still people in here, like people like it should be worth more. I was like, yes, I know it should
be $34.99. It's not $34.
No, it's $12.99. The Academy is $34.99, and that will give you the pre-sale course, and it'll also give you the Black Friday sales class that's coming up. That's a live class. And that's $34.99 a month. But some people, they just want to get this one course, get the information, fill it out, see if they want to join the Academy. I'm not here to push either or. But I would say at least get the pre-sale course because it's on and popping in there. People are answering questions and communicating, sharing stuff. But yeah, that's it.
Yeah, this was really good. You definitely will have me in your university, Siobhan says.
I will see you over there. Is there such thing as oversharing your content behind the scenes? It's up to you what you want to share. It's up to you how open or how not open you want to be. I've become more transparent as it's gone. In the beginning, I shared very little of anything.
Yeah.
It was very surface level. Now, what wax do you get? This is the wax I use. Where do you get your fragrance? This is where I get my fragrances. Here's how I do. Like I share just about everything now. So it's up to you how much you want to share. People are going to take what you give them, and they don't know what you don't tell them.
Facts.
Don't know what you don't tell them.
Plus, they can't make it like you. It's not going to be yours. No matter what they do, it's not going to be the same. So just know that your source is on your stuff. So whatever you do. And there is no such thing. People are like, oh, I don't want people to see my process. Let them see it.
Let them see it.
Let them see it. Let them flop.
And right, not at all. You will not listen here. So I'll explain how it works because it does get a little confusing. I have the Black Sunflower Business Collective. That's like where we all hang out. That's where we come and chill, have a good time. To join the collective, it was free for a long time, but now to join, you either purchase a mini course, which is $12.99. So right now it's the pre-sale course or the Supercharge Your Black Friday sales course. I've had 2 10K plus Black Friday sales, and that's not by coincidence. That's by strategy and working people, right? I'm gonna teach you guys how to do that. Or if you just want both of those and over 60 hours of other business education videos, from how to price your products to getting wholesale, anything you can think of, it's just $34.99 a month. Those weekly accountability meetings, it's a whole bunch of everything. So with that being said, girl had gatekeeping a shipping box. Oh, I had a girl gatekeeping a shipping box. Wait, what? A shipping box.
But she didn't want to tell you where she got
You
it
know
from?
where she got the shipping box from? Girl, buy a box.
Well, you know you don't share where you get your boxes from.
Oh, I don't share where I got my folding boxes because I've cussed every single one of them out. You see, I don't have boxes right now. Mm-hmm. Part of the reason I was I'm not about to put those problems on somebody else. And the one that I was about to share messed that up. He was the last person I cussed out.
Oh God.
Yeah, there's nothing like spending all that money to get a box of boxes that aren't what you agreed upon. So. But yeah. But other than that, do you guys have any additional questions?
Any questions, y'all? Don't hold back. Don't hold back unless y'all join in. So tell everybody one more time where they can find you.
You can find me on Blk Sunflower Business Collective, or just go to Instagram. Go to Blk Sunflower Co. Just go to Instagram, click in that link tree, because it has everything there. I am now doing one-on-one mentorship consultations. I have everything, you guys. There's so much. Just go to the Instagram, click on Blk Sunflower Business Collective. You can join the academy. You can come meet me. We do have the candle making masterclass coming up too. We do have that.
Is that going to be online?
Half of it's online. So I switched it up. So you half of it's online. So once you purchase it, you can do the online course and everything, build up your candles, ask questions. So then I'll come to either New York, Houston, or Atlanta, be in all three of those cities, right? And we're literally gonna just have a candle making party where you can bring your candles in. We can troubleshoot the candles. We can try out different waxes, things like that. So we're going to come together, and then you'll be able to test out everything that you've learned and say, okay, what's working, what's not working. Hey, Jazz or Nikki, what do you think about that? So in each of these cities, I'm going to have some of my experts in the building. So it's not just my opinion, because we need multiple opinions, right? To make sure that these things are working. So yes.
Well, if you want my opinion, I hope you're doing something desertish, because I'm not going to give you no candle opinion.
Yeah, nope, I ain't doing nothing desertish at all. And I always tell all my business, if you guys want all the candle love, go over here. I think somebody the other day, she was like, can you show me how to make soaps or something? I said, nope, I can't show you that. But you can go over here to Bow Bays University. Like, oh, you want to make something cute? I'm not making no cute. I'm pouring wax in a vessel, and that's it.
Somebody said, Jazz sent me over to you, and she said, what? She said, come to you because you know how to do. I was like, oh, okay. Because I was like, what?
Yeah, I be sending people right to you, no hesitation.
You sure do.
I'm like, tag, go talk to her. Don't talk to her. This is awesome. Well, I love being here as always. We need to make it more often. We really do. I need you over. We're going to schedule a class for the academy. That's what we're going to do.
Well, let's do it.
All right.
Well, let's tag team, because all right, so we're going to have a conversation afterwards. Okay. And let's have a conversation about doing something like collabing on the Black Friday thing, because I like to do, I do the bundles and stuff like that, but I like the behind the getting it together part, because if you don't have anybody to sell it to, then you're basically getting ready for what? You're not going to sell it to anybody.
Absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. Everyone's creating all this product for Black Friday because I'm going to sell out on Black Friday because everybody sells stuff on Black. No, that's not how it works.
Like, if you didn't have customers before, you're not going to have customers now, especially if you don't know how to speak to them, especially if you don't know who they are, and especially if you're not even on the right platform to find them.
That part. Or the part of if you're out and about, not just Black Friday, but at any market, and this is a little tip, you guys. If you guys are only offering, somebody comes up and says, how much is this candle? And you say, oh, it's $35. You're wrong. Let me tell you why you're wrong. Why are you selling this one? I never offer anybody the price of one item. It's always a 2 for. Every single event I'm at, whatever I have, is always 2 for something. Very rarely will they ask, well, how much for one? Because most people don't want to ask that question, so they're just going to buy 2. So you can buy 1 for 35 or 2 for 60. I usually sell 2 for 60 like that, like it was nothing. And you say it and you stare them right in their eyes. 2 for 60. So that's a little tidbit right there. Just a little tidbit. But yeah, so we have. I'm gonna need one-on-one for makeup. Yes, that's what I was saying when we got on here. I was like, "Oh my god, I look great. I put no makeup." She's like, "Oh, this is from this morning." I'm like, "This is from this morning too." Oh my gosh, yeah, getting ready to fly. Out here thinking just because Black Friday is a day that people buy stuff, we're gonna get in on that without any work.
Without any work, and that's the problem. We got to get the work in. So let's tag team and let's get this one. I really want to do that.
All right, let's chat. All right, I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. I'll see you around.
See y'all. Thank you so much for joining us. Oh, don't forget, 9 a.m. we are live. Coffee with Nikki. Join me, Jazz. Oh, it's 6 o'clock in the morning over there. But I have my own theme song.
Okay, Nikki. I might set an alarm. We'll see.
Yes.
6 o'clock, huh?
6 a.m.
All right.
All right, y'all. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys got lots of notes. I hope your questions were answered and you are ready to take on and do whatever you need to do for your pre-sales and everything else that's involved in it. I hope you guys are prepared and ready to do this thing. Remember, this is the month of building relationships. This is the month of hitting these goals that we dreamed of before and we never hit them before. This is the time that we're going to do everything that we set out to do. So with that being said, y'all, thank you so much, Jazz, and y'all have a good night, y'all. Bye.
Bye.